So in step 9, our final step, we're going to talk about how to protect your brand. And we covered some of this in the step on research. We're going to be revisiting some of those things. And I just want to preface all of this again with the disclaimer that I'm not an attorney. I can't give you legal advice. All I can do is share some information so that you have some knowledge and awareness, and then you're going to have to make some decisions about how you want to proceed. What type of protection you want. You may choose to seek the advice of an attorney. Again, I can't advise you, so I'm just putting that out there now. This is informational purposes only. But the first thing that you want to do is start using your brand name everywhere. So, I've had clients where we come up with a brand name and then they're sending me copy and things and they're not using the name. We need to start putting it everywhere and putting that name into use. One of the things that's going to happen is if you try to file for a trademark, they're going to ask to see exhibits of that brand name being used. They're going to want to see it on a website or a brochure or business card, and you're going to have to provide samples to prove that you're using the name. So start using it right away. And use the little trademark symbol with it. This is the header of an e-zine that I used to send out a couple of years ago when I first adopted the branding The Business Stylist. And this was before it was trademarked, but I immediately started using the little TM. It's a little hard to see there. This is blown up kind of big, so it's a little fuzzy. But you can see there after The Business Stylist under my name, there's a little TM. You want to use that everywhere that you use the name. That puts people on notice. Even if you haven't filed, it doesn't matter. You're kind of putting people on notice that that's your trademark. And then the next step is to officially file for a trademark. You can do this through an attorney, or as I mentioned before, you can go to a website called LegalZoom.com, and there are probably other websites that you can do this through, but this is the one that I have used. It's relatively inexpensive, and it kind of walks you through the process. So if you can't afford an attorney or you just don't want to go that route, this is a very viable option for people. I have used this option myself for filing trademarks. You can create a business entity. So again, go through an attorney if you want, or a site like LegalZoom like this, and you can create an LLC, or you can incorporate it as an S Corp or some other kind of entity. Again, that's not necessarily protecting your name, but if you are using that name and you're incorporated and doing business as that name, it's just one more proof that you own that name. So sometimes you want to do several of these things. Minimally, I would recommend trademarking the name. That's going to be your strongest line of defense, I'm guessing. Again, I'm not an attorney, but from my experience. You can file a fictitious business name, again, so this would be through your county clerk office. And again, this isn't necessarily protecting the name, but it is saying that you're doing business using that name. So it's again, these are samples or examples of you using the name. And if you go to trademark, these might be some of the things that you could show, that you have a DBA, that you are incorporated, or you have an LLC, that it's on your website, it's on your business card, that you are actually using the name in your business.